the A1 Vacuum and Sewing Reno live stream for Tuesday, December 1st. How about that?
Oh my God, it's December 1st.
It's December 1st.
It just struck me.
It's that time of year
when the world falls in love. We've been listening to Christmas music since Thanksgiving.
Well,
Patrick
one
can
of
only,
us has.
Patrick can only take so much of it.
I have to closely monitor my Christmas music intake so that by the time Christmas rolls around, I'm still excited to hear it.
I love it.
But
I absolutely love Christmas music.
Christmas music is great. I have very fond memories of Christmas music. But we'll start playing Christmas music here in the store.
We will?
Yay.
And there's
put it on.
Only
Yay.
So much Christmas music that one should legally be allowed to receive. Only 31 days until hopefully a much better year. At least a less crazy year.
Yeah, I think
sure.
2021 isn't going to be so amazingly great for a while.
So I was climbing yesterday with a guy who's he's a private equity guy, and so I always have very interesting conversations with him because he looks at such intense macro and micro information directly related to the economy, and his comment to me was expect true normalcy by spring of 2022. So he made it sound like, all this stuff is going to take a while. He essentially said expect some hiccups and vaccine delivery, etc. I just look at it and go, I hope everybody remains healthy and happy.
Yeah.
Through
healthy, happy. I think there's some good stuff that's come out of it. I mean, we've had to change our business and we've met some people, which is kind of nice.
I think there were a lot of exciting developments business-wise. Our challenges have all been personal. And I think our family will come out stronger for the pandemic. And our kids are learning a lot. We're learning a lot, but it is what it is, It's
Shirley Greenfield, you always remember when it's Technique Tuesday. We walked in and Patrick goes, they asked what our daily deal was. There's no daily deal today. We are
struggling under the weight of our daily deals, and
we need a catch-up day.
As we are of all that support, we're going to actually take one day off from daily deals today in an effort to kind of catch up and make some sense of things. A big part of that is that my phone.
Yes.
Could I have it? I'm just going to keep it with me. One of the things that we've been working through is our challenges around our brother orders, which I had a very productive conversation this morning, Jeannie. And so hopefully by tomorrow we figure some of that stuff out. The reality is some of the brother stuff just isn't available, but with brother, we've now had one shipment that was damaged. So, we were reaching out to brother going, we never received this stuff. Brother was saying, yes, you did. When we tracked the package, UPS essentially said, well, it was damaged. They had never notified anybody. So, and then a package that included another order and then a number of those items from the damaged order has been sitting in Memphis since the 13th.
Yeah, but we don't think it's sitting there. We think it was stolen.
Well, so Brother Logistics is working to track it down. And that's how we feel about it too. But I talked to UPS on Friday, and UPS is like, no, it's sitting on a truck in Memphis. We just need to figure out why, but we can't discuss that with you. We've got to discuss it with the shipper. There was an email this morning from Brother Logistics saying, we think they just lost the order, i.e. it went onto a truck and never came off. But we're going to iron that out in the next 24 hours and work to figure that out. But that all adds to the challenges around the daily deal. Shirley says maybe do a weekly deal. I think we really like the daily deals.
Are they fun? I think
it just has been something that, I was telling our brother rep this morning, the challenge is in a year where we're doing a lot more in notions and fabric and, accessories, we're also running into our greatest supply chain challenges. So, you make an order and half the stuff is available and half the stuff isn't available, and they split shipments. So it becomes very, very difficult to
And I can't just order a huge amount of it because sometimes I think it's going to be hot and then it's not. By the way, I'm still a little hurt about those pins, and we're using those pins in our placemat class. So hope you got them for the daily deal, because I was using those pins going, yeah, these pins are great.
Are the best.
I think the ladies that didn't get them are going to be sad, because look at me numbering all my pieces with my pins, my numbered pins. Oh, and I need to go up to 15. So I sure am glad I have the 2 little boxes that go together. So those pins, you're going to wish you had gotten those pins. There you go.
This is like, I deal with this all day, every day, people.
Day,
every day.
And then a bunch of you got it because you felt bad for me.
Because you're
cried. Like, I cried. I was like, I thought you were going to love these. And I cried.
Melinda Winchell said she sure wish she had the number pins.
Don't you wish you had those
Maybe
number pins?
Maybe those will be a daily deal again.
Yeah.
Pam Johnson, I'll call you today. I sent your upgrade, went out yesterday. That bunch of stuff got shipped out yesterday.
You know what, Shirley? That's a great idea. I am going to do a, let's look for it this week. Let's do some feet. We're going to do some feet on sale. So the
beautiful but cooler day in Reno today. High of 49, low of 21. I don't know if you ladies have seen what's happening next week, but it gets cold next week. But this is what we skiers call high and dry, and we don't like it. It needs to snow or do something, because we're between sports right now. I climbed yesterday.
My sport is walking Momo.
Although we didn't walk Momo this morning, and I had a call from my daughter this morning where she has already created, he's having his puppy timeout. And I go, you know what I think it is, Violet? In 1 week, the program has become get up, go out, have bedtime, meaning he comes and he like cuddles in our bed, and then he goes for a walk. And he didn't get his walk this morning, so I think he was like, hey, what's up with my day? So,
let's talk about, tomorrow you need to be ready for your upgrade class. So make sure you have your, That's this afternoon. Tomorrow is today, because today is Tuesday. And I was thinking today was Monday. So,
all day, every day.
So you should have gotten, I resent that supply list, and so you should have gotten that with the measurements on there and the instructions on how to mark it. So make sure you have that ready. You are not going to have time to prepare that in class. If you are trying to do it then, you're going to end up watching the video. They don't have time to wait for you. So make sure you have that ready. Class is going to be from 1 to 5. If you still want to sign up, you could call me here at the store. I could still get you signed up for that.
Is there another one of those classes scheduled before January?
No.
Nope.
So
you won't be able to take it until January.
But will there be another one of those scheduled before what we were talking about this morning? like i.e. like for classes that require the upgrade class.
Oh yeah. So I don't have show and tell for you because last night I was like, I gotta get this gingerbread house put together. And then as I was getting all my pieces, I looked at it and I go, wait, I'm missing half my pieces. Some of them were multiples and some of them were multiples and I only did one of them. I did a lot of stitching.
She's got millions of stitches on her machine.
Today, I was stitching the reindeer sleigh and the reindeer, and then I was stitching the Nutcracker. So, and actually, I stitched for me. I started stitching for you, but then it was mistake after mistake after mistake. So then I turned the camera off and I just stitched for me. So, will there be a video for that? I'm not sure video for which class, Miss Karen. So, but I should have freestanding lace projects trickling in, and they're really, really, really cute. So,
I'll give you a call today too, Cora, and I'm just gonna go ahead and order. I know what you need. I'll order your insert this morning too, but you and I will talk today. Will there be a video for that? I don't know if I know.
Upgrade class. You know what? There is. I think there already are.
Is she talking?
A couple of videos.
Upgrade class.
It's the recorded class though, so it's not an uninterrupted video. Maybe over Christmas that's what we do, or we like make some uninterrupted videos, and or even like now we could have like one per day, and somebody can hole up.
We're gonna end up. I don't know if you ladies didn't watch yesterday. Like we've made the decision
I only got half of it
to go with one of the platforms for videos. So videos
we're gonna
should
be like Craftsy.
I'm
We're gonna be like Craftsy.
I don't know if it will be Craftsy, but
It's not.
It will be similar to. So
We're so crafty.
you know, I said it yesterday. I checked with the guys this morning. We are putting out machines just inside of 2 weeks. My guess is with a full house of techs, we will do some catching up. That said, keep in mind, we're into December. We are open through, maybe 11 o'clock, 11:30 on Christmas Eve. And then we close, and we're closed through New Year's. The way the holiday falls this year, we'll open, I don't know if we'll open on the 2nd just for a single day.
But then how long would we be closed?
We'd reopen, I think it's like the 5th.
I don't know if the ladies can. What if they need us?
Maybe I'll do like a by appointments thing on the 2nd, and I'll show up for like a couple hours on the 2nd.
What if you need us? You might need us.
Well, we're going to be live streaming, and people can communicate with us and stuff like that. But we're by the time we get there, we'll be even more exhausted than we are now, Miss Jeannie. So for anybody who is like holding off servicing their machine, if you're going to hold off beyond the next 2 weeks, be prepared to wait until after the new year. Or, I mean, there are a number of people that bring us machines like right before the holiday that are like, I don't even want to look at my machine until it's done in January. But you've got about a 2 week window where you can get us a machine that we will get back to you before the holidays. So just remember that. There was some discussion around, we might be doing like almost like, I think it would be fun to do almost like an auction day, where we do like a day where we just kind of throw some crazy prices out there, like telethon style. So maybe we'll do something like that in December too. Where, I mean, that allows us to sell product below map.
Ooh.
Because we're not advertising it. It's live. What else do you have to announce, Miss Jeannie?
I don't have anything to announce. So, wait. I do have a little to announce. I just want to make sure everyone is set for Stitch Delight. So make sure you have your panel, you're layered, you're ready to go. I did split that class. I think I'm good. I have an equal, like a decent number, like equally split class, morning and afternoon. We are gonna have so much fun. If you still want to sign up and you've got the panel, you could still sign up for that class and we'll offer it again. But Stitch Delight's fun. You have to have a camera. We're going to be working with the 9.5 by 14 inch hoop. Although, yeah, you really do need that big hoop. You could do 8 by 12, but you're not going to be able to fit as much. I
mean, all the camera ready machines have a 9.5 by 14 inch hoop.
So I don't. Oh, you want hot rulers again?
Rulers on the? Did somebody have hot rulers on their Christmas list, their holiday wish list?
I think, yeah.
You think you did?
Not
so
sure.
Donna, the hot rulers are actually on the holiday wish list. So
yeah, if there's stuff
there's stuff there, you just need to let us know, and you get that discount.
Yeah, so you don't even need the daily deal for some of that stuff.
We should very much work to make time today and tomorrow to get to Donnie and Ellie regarding that stuff.
No,
too.
I've got it. I've got it covered.
All right.
So be ready for Stitch Delight. And then Jean Garcia has her free motion quilting class. And like I said, I think there's one spot left for that. Serger 1 class is going to be Friday afternoon. So email me. I'm checking my emails. I stayed up late last night, went through my emails. So I think I'm almost caught up. But if you're still waiting to hear from me and you haven't, send me another email. So Michelle, she's got show and tell. So I'm going to
You guys don't need anything else from me, right?
You can go.
All right. Bye, ladies. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is some exciting stuff.
You gonna switch chairs, Jeannie?
Oh, here. Ooh.
So this one first, right?
Whichever one you want. So, I think we are, just because of the timeline and we're almost to Christmas. I know we're not. We have like a month. But with everything that's going on and how hard it is to get product and shipping and everything, I think we're gonna end up doing a Christmas in January to do some more of these projects that we're not going to be able to fit in now. So Carolyn Loper, who I absolutely love, she's been asking for this project, and I said, Michelle, would you be interested in doing this? It's if you're not familiar with Claudia's Creations, she does gorgeous stuff. I saw Robin Wolf brought in stockings, and I thought, wow, those are unbelievable.
She does amazing stuff.
And beautiful. So Michelle's got a table runner to show you.
I do. And I think what I want to preface this with is this particular pattern is timeless, okay? But it came out at Cork. But this girl didn't have a camera.
Yes. Look at her fabrics. Oh my God, they're beautiful. Here, we can lay it down and I'll just...
taking a timeless, used my camera for placement. In the pattern, what she has you do is draw lines everywhere and then, you know, depend on you to be able to use your rotation key accurately to get your designs placed. What I did is I still printed the template. I stuck them all over the fabric, if that's what you have, by just basically moving the quilted, the table runner up in the hoop and then just throwing stippling in the whole hoop size and just erasing it in the areas that I didn't need it. And then I went in to some places that I may have missed after the fact and put in a little bit more stippling with the little brush. And this was my first complete, other than just to do like a little demo kind of thing, of the auto split quilt sashing.
Isn't that great? So this geometric design here that's going around the sashing border, and it looks like, I mean, did you just do like 2 inches? And
yes, and I listen, I pay attention. Jeannie said start about a 1/2 inch in, and so I did. I started, I sized my pattern based on a 1/2 inch less than the actual size that I wanted. And then I finished it off with my favorite thing.
It's so beautiful.
And that's my little binding technique that I love. These girls can't believe I love to do binding, but I do it this way. And
Michelle's like, oh, I'll bind it.
I'll bind it. I love binding. To me, it's very cathartic.
Isn't that gorgeous? So
This is going to be a January project. Do not look for this before Christmas. I tried, honestly, I did, but here's how I'd like to do this one, because I think, I gotta look here. I think that this is how it's going to benefit more of you. This can be done with any of the machines that have a scanner or a camera, meaning if you have a Quattro, we can use the Quattro because we can use the snowman placement. But better yet, if you have a Dream Machine, Destiny, if you have a Luminaire, a Solaris, where you can actually scan what's in your hoop in Design Center, that's going to be amazing for being able to place these exactly.
And they could do the Stellaire.
They can do the Stellaire and the Meridian, but we're going to be doing yours with snowman placement. Because they can't scan, right? Can they scan and take a picture?
Yeah,
okay.
They have the app. They have the phone app.
They have the phone app. Okay, so I'll have to study up on that one. So, and it was total random placement on my part. I did not follow exact placement as the picture, and I think that I like that it's okay if you don't do a perfect, and that way you can kind of make it your own. And then the auto quilt sashing, I have to tell you that
how fun is it?
Well,
Isn't
and
it fun?
I'm not a quilter, so to me, being able to have that guideline marker to sew the strips together is imperative, because I'm not a quilter. And look at, even my points match here.
They're fantastic.
I mean, those of you that quilt are probably laughing at me, but I'm an embroiderer and a bag maker like crazy. But and I have quilted in the past, but it's just not something I do on a regular basis. So sewing little pieces, shredding fabric and sewing it back together is not something I do often. But yeah, I think this is going to be like a 3-part series. So the first part will be, we'll have a class about placing your designs and sewing out your designs. The second part of the series will be placing stippling behind on your, because in the directions for the pattern, it just says quilt it. And I'm like, okay, is that it? That's the end? So I thought, okay, this is using what we have. So, and then the third part will be finishing it off, if you want, with the auto quilt sashing. Now, here's my only request. You have to have taken the upgrade class first. I can't teach you auto quilt sashing as a first-time project on something like this. So you really need to take the upgrade class first. Yeah, and this is upgrade 1. If you only have upgrade 1, if you haven't bitten, if you didn't bite the bullet yet and buy upgrade 2 for your original Luminaire or Solaris, then you can still do this, although you have more choices.
And if you want to, you don't have to, if you have a Destiny or a Dream Machine and you don't have the auto quilt split sashing, then that's okay. Then what you would do is probably take the first 2 classes, and then you would do the quilting here any way that you want. So there's lots of options for people.
Even, this is only a couple of inches wide when you finish. There are some beautiful built-in decorative stitches in both the Luminaire, the Solaris, the Dream, and the Destiny, all of them on the sewing side that have those wide stippling and those wide stitches that go at least a couple of inches wide. So that would be perfect for that. So.
Yeah, you even have that in your Crescendo, in your Ariel, in the Aria. So a lot of the machines have those big wide stitches. So this is going to be one of those projects that's great, because a lot of times the ladies will come in and they'll say, I don't use my features. I don't know how to use my features. What a great project to learn how to use the features in your machine.
It was a lot of fun, because it was actually a lesson for me in how to convert a design that's been out for that long to actually work with all the technology that we have today. We didn't have scan and cut machines then. We certainly didn't have auto split quilt sashing. What we did have was a camera, but again, it was only the Baby Lock and Brother lines that had that. 2009 was an amazing year for technology that launched all of that we have today. I mean, truly, it was like, who would have ever thought they'd put a camera in a machine?
Yeah. Okay, let's look at some of your questions. So, Carolyn Lindsay, that Moda fabric that I used for the gingerbread house, I don't have it here. I got it at Windy Moon. And I can't remember the name of it, but it is so perfect and beautiful, and that's where I got it. We keep freezing. Not sure what's going on. Oh my gosh, Michelle. I need a machine with a camera. Yes, Renee.
Yes,
you do. How to cut pieces on Scan and Cut.
The scan and cut portion, Marilyn, really requires that you have at least some basic software skills. And also you could take it, you could change the, I had to do some, I had to actually figure out which line to cut because the first line was too big. So you could do it by putting it into the machine and changing the color on the machine to applique material and then taking it to the scan and cut that way. But again, if you wanted to participate, the scan and cut, Shauna's Get to Know Your Scan and Cut class is imperative. And that's why I love some of these introductory classes, because I know that you see something like this and you want to use everything that you have. But when you're actively working in a class, it's really difficult to go backwards and say, okay, what size blade do you use? What kind of mat do you use? So that's why the Get to Know Your Scan and Cut classes and the upgrade, the introduction to upgrade classes are really kind of imperative to these.
Will there be a class where you cut the pieces? Is
Sure.
that part of it?
There can be, and that, that depends. Again, it's not going to be a beginner scan and cut class. So if you've never done any fabric cutting on your scan and cut, this is not the place to start. If you're comfortable with cutting fabric on your scan and cut, Kathy, this is a great place for you to learn how to understand quilt sashing.
Yeah.
Shauna's doing a class this afternoon.
Yeah, and Kathy, that is the auto split quilt sashing is the upgrade 1 class, and that's what Shauna's doing this afternoon. So Miss Nancy Barnes, same answer to your question. Upgrade 1 is where you do the auto split quilt sashing on your machine on the Solaris or the Luminaire. Those are the 2 machines that have that feature.
So that's it.
You could kind of get signed up. You'd have to run down here. There's some yarn that you get, and you have to prepare a panel. But it is a fantastic class.
Can they pay for the class and take it later?
You could pay for the class, and you could do the video and just work along with the video of the class. And then we'll be offering it again in January. So there'll be an upgrade class. This is upgrade 1. And I felt like when I did, because we learned those features, I learned them when we went to our brother training and our baby lock training. And quite honestly, when I did it, I thought to myself, wow, I would be really intimidated as a customer or as a store owner, as just a person trying to figure out those features on my own. It was really, really nice to have the educators at Baby Lock and Brother teach us those features, and it was great to do it at both at Baby Lock and at Brother, because I felt like they focused in on different things.
Well, there's always more than one way to get from point A to point B. So
and it was
teaching wise, it's an understanding thing. Yeah.
So that's kind of what we do with you, is walk you through the features in Upgrade 1, everything from the couching features to the auto split quilt sashing to the specialty stitches and everything that first upgrade included. So will there be a class for the 2 color sashing? You know what? We need to work on that curriculum. So let me put it on the list. I will work on that over Christmas break and put together a class, because we do want to do Upgrade 2, because there are some really wonderful things in Upgrade 2.
They're so fun. I didn't get to try them all yet, but I just got my upgrade, ladies, so now watch out.
Yes, we should be caught up on upgrades. So this is one of the classes, and I feel like it's going to be so wonderful because there's so many different techniques and there's so many options for you, because you do not have to have the Solaris and the Luminaire to participate in this class. And you can jump in with whatever you have. If you want to do the scan and cut part, you can do that. If you don't have to do that. If you want to do the auto quilt split sashing, you can do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. If you don't have that feature, you can finish it other ways.
And this is, like I said, this is going to be 3 sessions. So I can look at the calendar with Jeannie, and I can make sure that the 3rd session that has the auto quilt sashing happens after the upgrade class in January. So you would have to let me know that you are going to take the upgrade class before we get to this part in the project, if this is what you want to do. If this is not what you want to do, it's not an issue.
You can still do grid work or stitch in the ditch or whatever other way that you want to finish off your quilting.
So, show and tell number 2, which is going to lead us into the Technique Tuesday. So we opened this. We did an unboxing a couple of weeks ago. This is going to be my very first bag making class. Now it is a beginning bag. It is not a beginning sewing class. So big difference. You should be pretty comfortable with your sewing machine. The bag only requires that you know how to maintain a 1/4 inch seam allowance, that you can somewhat read a pattern directions, and that you can sew a straight
stitch. That's the toughest part, right, ladies?
Yeah.
Being able to read directions, I struggle with that.
So, and here are the samples. So I've been doing bags for, God, probably 25 years. So here are the samples. Here's 2 of them. Now in the kit comes with everything that you need to complete, all right? So here's the small size and the medium size. And I want you to notice that these are kind of soft and pliable. These, the cork is really nice cork, very nice to work with. Look at that zipper.
Ooh, look how chunky this zipper is.
Yes, look how pretty. But for me, when the bags get bigger, I like a little bit more stability. So these are done exactly with what's in the pattern. Now, you know me, I have to take it over the top. So this is a bag that's done with
solid.
With foam instead of just batting. And then when you open the zipper on the inside, there is actually a zipper pocket.
Well, are they going to learn how to do that?
Yes.
So we had some people, when Michelle showed off her backpack, we had people go, oh my goodness, how did you do that gorgeous inserted zipper on the inside? So guess what? You're going to learn.
Yeah,
Is it hard?
No.
And it's not hard, ladies.
They all think that I'm like some kind of a wizard, and it's Wonder Tape. Really, it's Wonder Tape. I tape everything down.
How pro would you feel if you could open up your bag and have that zipper displayed?
Yeah, I just...
Is this fabric's included too?
Yes,
all of this fabric.
Everything.
How about that zipper on the inside?
No, the zipper on the inside is mine.
Okay.
I have a zipper tape and hardware.
So what would they be doing in class? Are they just going to be doing this one big one?
Nope, we're going to do all 3.
Wow.
We're going to do all 3. And literally, once I got everything cut out and stacked, and I will show you my assembly line. It's not really an assembly line, but I do things methodically so that I can maximize my time. And once I got them all cut out, I literally sewed the 2 small ones, and then went and fixed dinner, and then came back and put the key fobs on, and then came back and did the whole bag, and probably spent maybe an hour total.
How long do you think it took to do all 3?
An hour total.
Oh, an hour total to do all 3? Mm-hmm. But we'll make it a 3-hour class.
We're going to make it a 3-hour class. And then
that's usually what we do, ladies.
I literally want to have enough time to be able to show how to...
Is this, I mean, they learn how to do this.
Yes.
I love that. You know how you have that? And it looks so pro, and it covers over the zipper end?
Yeah, and now this, ladies, I just want to reiterate, this is a sewing class. These are not in the hoop bags. This is a sewing class, but, and I know what you're most afraid of. This guy right here.
Look at that.
This is what scares you to death, because when you open the box, all this zipper tape is folded in a bag with 3 zipper pulls, and you have to put the zipper pulls on. And I know that this is your fear of zippers is what keeps you from doing stuff. So that leads to my Technique Tuesday.
And so Suzanne Harmon asks, could we embroider on the outside of the cork first and then assemble?
Yes, you can. I wanted to do that, but then I thought what I would do is, since it's the first bag class, I thought I would just leave the pattern as is. But trust me, I have 8 more bags at home already cut out with different things. Some of them have foil on them because I foiled them. Some of them have reverse applique on them because I cut them on the scan and cut first. But in this class, we're just doing basic.
How hard was it to foil on cork, or was it so easy? And I know, ladies, you're waiting for your foiling kits. They're showing as on back order, and we will have them to you as soon as we can. We should have them for this class.
Yeah.
So there's another place you can use your foil.
Yeah, I hope so. So, you know, that I will continue with. One of the things that I love so much, I love Sally Tomato. It's one of my very favorite, she's one of my favorite designers. She's young. She's enthusiastic, but she really thinks out her patterns to make them the order of assembly the simple and most straightforward way possible. So that's
Isn't that exciting?
and
All right.
Where's my
So this
bag
leads
of goodies here?
into our Technique Tuesday, which Michelle was demoing to me and Shauna, and we were just like, oh, look at there. We've got a fork.
Right, some of you have seen this technique before, and you know, you can buy really fancy forks that are like on a piece of wood and they have scrollies on one side. My fork was, you know, it probably came home in my bag from a Hilton somewhere.
It looks like a Hilton fork.
It looks like a Hilton fork, but my tines are different measurements apart because you can also buy number 3 zippers on zipper tape, and the top of the zipper pull is narrower on a number 3, so I just squeeze them together with hence the pliers. So I can actually squeeze the tines together for whatever zipper I'm doing. Today I'm just going to do this number 5 zipper, so you can see that I'm not scared of that. All right, so this becomes my third hand, and you can buy them, you know, if you want all fancy, but for $25 I can buy a lot of zipper tape.
Let's go to the Hilton, ladies.
So or the thrift store. All right, so this side is already measured.
How about your
Home Depot.
Home Depot?
Home Depot for the clamp. Actually, my husband's, he says, like, what are you doing with that? I'm like, it's mine now. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. Okay, so I want to really show this up close. What you are putting in the zipper tine is right here, not here.
When you say zipper tine, what does that mean?
Or the tine, I mean the tine of the fork. What you're actually putting in there to hold is the top of the zipper pull, not the, I mean, because a lot of people stick it in on the zipper itself and they're like, this doesn't work. You're right. No, because you blocked the hole. Can't come out. So I'm actually just setting it on top.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there we go. Setting on top.
Do you see that? So it's not in the holes.
It's just...
It's kind of... Do you see that below?
I need it a little bit wider for this one. See? That's why I don't buy one. Because I can just adjust this one, and when the tine breaks, I just get another fork from the Hilton. All right.
Okay, I'm going to show you. So do you see how this is kind of laying to the back? And we just have... Oh, sorry. I took it off. Just the very top is going on there.
Yeah,
do you see that?
It a little bit more so we can get it. Okay, now put it on the top there. And that'll hold it.
Here, I'm going to have...
Yep, there we go. So it catches in there. All right. So then I have my zipper tape. Don't fear the zipper, please. It's really not that bad. All right, so you want to cut a straight end, and then when you cut your straight end, you want to burn the end so that it doesn't ravel. You just want to melt it a little bit. You don't want to cook the zipper. And then you're literally going to start like with the V.
Oh, it goes from the top.
Yes. Start from the V and pull.
How easy was that? Oh my God.
So I'm gonna do this again with this silver tape because that way you can see it a little bit better. And see how some zipper tapes get really kind of furry there, so I want to kind of get rid of that fur. Same thing. I'm going to put this on my fork to hold it. And then I'm going to start with like a V. And if you'll notice, I don't cut one side of mine shorter than the other. I like to put, because sometimes I put a double zipper on it. I put a zipper going each direction. And if you cut a hole and you end up with your zipper tape on like that, then your zipper doesn't match in the middle. So I always just leave the tines the way that I cut them straight. Put it in there at a V.
What are the tines, the teeth?
The teeth, yeah. And then just push.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, literally, you're making it harder than it has to be.
Wow.
And here's what I love about this. A lot of you that do little in the hoop bags, and you buy bulks of zippers, the regular number 3 zippers that are like 16 inches long, because that way you'll have it for every project that you have, but you have like a piece of tape left over this big. You can do the same thing with the number 3 zipper pull. You can buy zipper pulls that match the color of those tapes that you buy for your in the hoop projects, and you can do the same with the number 3. What's on the inside of this bag, this is a number 3, but I like the zipper tape. This is a number 3, so you can see that the tines on this one are considerably, the teeth are smaller than this one. So the one that I'm holding in my hand is a number 5. The one that's in the bag is a number 3, but both were bought as on roll as tape.
So there are that's zipper tape demystified. Wasn't that just amazing?
Now, really, did you honestly think that it would be that easy to put a zipper pull on tape? I mean, I see all of these videos all over YouTube on where they've cut it like sideways and they're like talking, you know, they're like trying and they're struggling, and I'm like, why do you make it so hard? Want to see that again? One more time for good measure. All right, so I started at this end. Doesn't matter what end you start with. So now I'll start with the other end. So now you can see how you can do a two-way zipper pull, because the teeth themselves have no right way or wrong way. So whatever way I put them in is the way they come out the bottom.
Cindy, we do not have the class posted yet.
Nope.
We'll look at the calendar and see when those are going to be up. But you know, there's so much to learn, and you're going to have a good time. So
yeah, I think that this is going to be the first one. I mean, I love making bags more than anything. I think making bags is just what keeps me sane. And really, you have machines that do incredible straight stitches. And it's just, a lot of you don't use them. So this is something else that you can use your sewing side of your machine for. The patterns that I pick for class and the fabrics that I pick for class are going to be something that you would not need a semi-industrial machine to sew. You can simply sew them through, you know, with your regular sewing machine. Some of the ones I do have a semi-industrial at home, so you know, 8 layers of vinyl isn't what I would recommend.
Okay. All right. So we've got people in the store, and look for that class. It'll be coming up in January. Be creative. Make something awesome, ladies.
Be inspired.
And have an excellent day. We will see you. We will see you tomorrow. Bye, ladies. It's fine.